Hey, this is Jimmy. Tomorrow is daylight savings time, so if you don't know, you spring forward an hour, and in the fall, you fall back. Springtime, you go forward an hour, you spring forward. Fall time, you fall back. But I only bring this up because I wanted to bring out a quick observation. There's a lot of arguments for and against daylight savings time. I'm not about to rehash that right here. If you want to revisit that, look it up on Wikipedia. It's got all sorts of convoluted arguments, starting with Benjamin Franklin, and going all through sorts of history about daylight savings time. It's kind of almost really boring. But I only bring up daylight savings time because I think it is a great example as a civil libertarian-minded, conservative, political-leaning individual that daylight savings time, with all the arguments for and against, is ultimately a great example of big government run amok. Because at the end of the day, the government has decided that it wants to control all things, including time. It wants to regulate time. And even though their arguments against daylight savings time tend to outweigh the arguments in favor of it, at the end of the day, the government has decided that it knows best and that we should every year spring forward and fall back. In fact, there are people who lobby for government to keep daylight savings time, even though most of the world, if you actually look it up, does not participate in this event. Only some lunatics in America and Europe are pretty much the only ones who do it. I think there's a South American country. But even within that, there's a state like Arizona and like a province in Canada that don't participate in daylight savings time because they know it's a bunch of stupid stuff too. So at the end of the day, daylight savings time is not about giving farmers better chance to work or workers a better chance to work or any sort of thing of that nature. It's ultimately about government, our nanny state, knows what's best for you and you don't. Because you couldn't possibly keep time and manage time without the government interfering in the measurement of time and how we should set our clocks. So anyway, this is Jimmy. Say no to big government, because big government is stupid. And there's nothing that highlights the stupidity of big government more than the keeping of daylight savings time. Take care, everybody. Bye.